I remember when I was living in Rudy's house years ago, and he had just come back from India. And I was sitting in the back of the loft, the living area on the second floor. And he came up and he sat down next to me, and he said something that really went very deep inside me. He said to me, Stuart, you've got to realize that ultimately we're all in this alone. And of course, being part of a kind of fairly large meditation congregation, there are a lot of people. That realization was so profound to me because, I realized I was there at this ashram, this meditation center, to learn how to build inside myself a system that I could take with me the rest of my life. And ultimately, the moment when we leave the world, we're all in this alone. It's a moment of truly embracing God. It's a moment of taking samadhi. It's a moment of, just letting go of all the tension, the problems, the conflicts that we go through in life. And we do this alone, and part of being in that meditation center, attending all of Rudy's classes, working very deep on myself to grow every day of my life. The part of it was that one day, I would have to leave the world. And it depended entirely upon what level of growth existed inside me, how much I let go of, how much I've surrendered in myself, and how close I was to truly being one with higher energy in the universe. So all of the companionship and all of the relationships, the marriages, the coming together on a human level, it has a purpose, and its purpose is to truly nurture us, build us inside, teach us what we need to do to grow, what we need to do to let go in order to be happy people living in our daily lives. And, that whole sense of surrender, that whole sense of letting go, it leads to one place. It leads to a state of samadhi. How close a human being is to being one with God. And I think that's what this meditation is about. Understand, it's not about us congregating as a group. It's about all of us being here to support each other and to be nurturing to each other so that each and every one of us grows and ultimately attains that state, that oneness with higher energy in the universe. Now, that kind of teaching I never expected from Rudy because he always had, you know, a lot of people around him, always. And to sit there and just tell me this from a place very deep inside him, I didn't ask him any questions about this. It was shockingly wonderful because it made me understand how important it was to receive his teachings and how important it was for me to grow inside and develop my capacity as a human being to connect with higher energy in the universe, to truly become free of karma and free of what it means to go through the struggle of living every day here on the earth. It was an extraordinary moment. And I have nothing but gratitude, you know, because all of these teachings that I got from him, they constantly come back. They constantly remind me of what I'm here for, what the purpose is of my life, how deeply I need to work on myself, and that the work is never too much. It's never too much. As long as it continues to help me to develop a chakra system that's strong enough to be connected to infinite energy in the universe. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Hey, Stuart. When you were speaking about um, when Rudy sat down and said, we're all alone, I thought you were going to say that actually each of us in our own life, we are actually alone, like doing this work. We are maybe in community, but really at the end of the day, we're alone, like in this life now.
Yes, basically what I was saying. Yes, we're alone, but we're alone without being lonely. We're alone without being upset that we're alone, sad that we're alone, in need of friendship and other people. We're alone because we are connected deeply to a higher energy in the universe. And even if we're in crowds of people with lots of people, you understand? Even if we're sitting in a meditation class here with 30 people, we're still here to receive what we need to grow and work out whatever purpose it is that we were born to do. That is our path. And being on that path does not mean we get lonely. How could you ever be lonely if you're connected to God? It doesn't mean that we're upset, we're needy, what it means is we recognize that every person, say, sitting in this meditation is here to help me to grow. But I am here for that particular reason. I need to grow. I need to grow in my life. Because I always say it, the only person we live with 24 hours a day is ourselves. And if we can't be at peace with ourselves, forget about it. How are we going to be at peace with the rest of the world? But at the same time, whatever we do, understand, we do it for a singular purpose, to truly find the reason for our life and what we're doing here and how to connect with spirit and how to ultimately get free, as I say all the time, of the one person that we're truly up against on this planet, ourselves. How do we get free of us? Now, that can be a very lonely path, or it could be a path filled with many people and lots of love and lots of joy. But either way, it still has a singular purpose. We have to learn how to get free of ourselves without beating ourselves up, screaming and yelling at ourselves because we feel like we're living in some kind of prison. And also, if we do live in a prison, we manufacture that prison. So it's all about, I hate to say it, but it's all about opening the heart. The heart is open, you will never be alone. You'll be by yourself, but you'll never be lonely. I mean, I've been in crowds of people, thousands of people, and you look in the face of just about everybody and you see lonely people manufacturing happiness. And it's not real. What's real is a connection with a higher energy. And that connection is only possible if people do the work on themselves. And that's a hard job. That's the hardest job. And most people, they have spiritual teachers, they have swamis, gurus, and they totally avoid doing the work on themselves. I remember we used to go up to Wyndham and have a retreat. And all the people that lived up there in that house, they were all connected to Sai Baba, I think, or somebody like that. And they once told me, he said, well, we don't have to work on ourselves. We live in the aura of our guru. And that was a pretty shitty statement. I mean, if you're living in the aura of your guru and you're not doing anything to receive what the guru is teaching you, to build your own independent connection to God, all you're doing is insulting the guru. So all you're doing, you're insulting the teacher. If you're taking in what he's teaching or she's teaching, letting that energy go deep inside and transform you inside, you're honoring the guru. You're truly honoring your spiritual teacher. But I'll never forget when that woman told me that. I just kind of walked away. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to insult her, you know? I don't have to work on myself because I'm living in the aura of my guru. So why should I have to work on myself? He will do everything for me. And then I saw Rudy sitting there with Muktananda, and I never saw anyone work harder, absorbing the Shakti of Muktananda. You know, I couldn't take my eyes off of Rudy. There was so much energy coming through him that it was just pouring into me. Does anyone have a question? Anyone else have a question they'd like to? I hope it's clear what I'm saying. Don't go around telling everybody, oh, I go to Stuart's classes and he's doing it for me. I am not doing it for you. I am teaching you how to do this for yourself. That is what I'm here to do. I am not here to do it for you. I can't do it for you. I can show you the path. I can show you the way. I can show you how to work on yourself, and I can provide a lot of Shakti and energy. I cannot do it for you. This comes back to really, it's like a covenant we have to make with God. We're willing to do the work.
Stuart, I'm Cindy. Thank you for your message and your advice and your my question today was going to be how to deal with difficult people.
You have to talk up. I can't.
My question that has been on my mind is how to deal with difficult or challenging people in our lives. And I
Well,
think
if you
you
listen
just
to what I said for the
I
last
do.
15 minutes and you
Yes,
do it, you will be able to deal with those people. I mean it.
I hear you.
You know what those people are? First of all, why do you attract them? Because there's something difficult in you that
Yes.
attracts those people. They are reminding you, Cindy, that you've got to work on you to grow. They're like teachers for you. You have to work on you to grow. So bring them a flower, these difficult people. You know, buy a box of candy for them and thank them for reminding you that there's something difficult in you that you need to overcome. And I'm telling you, that's one way of working with difficult people. Overcome the difficulties in yourself.
Yes.
I've had a
Yes.
lifetime of difficult people. I really mean this. People have tried to kill me. I'll never forget it. They literally tried to kill me. I was told by a psychic that if you don't do deep spiritual practice, really go you have maybe 3 months to live. I was told this by probably the greatest psychic I ever met. And I went up, and all I heard from my teachers, from the cosmos, forgive them. Forgive them. Open your heart. And of course, you think that one of the greatest things ever written, forgive them, they know not what they do. I mean, I'm not Christian, but Christ nailed to a cross, telling the people, forgive them, give God and the people, forgive them, they know not what they do. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. So don't be upset at these people. They're reminding you that you got to work on you, otherwise you wouldn't get upset at them.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. I have a very good energy for this class, Cindy. It's really wonderful to sit and work with you. You're very strong creatively inside. So in that strong creativity, you're also going to run up against blocks, tensions, and you have to deal with them, deal with yourself. And it'll take you very far in terms of just being human and in connection with God, etc., etc. Does anyone else have a question they'd like to ask? Okay, there won't be a class this Sunday. We're having a retreat here. But there will be this class on Tuesday. There's still space open a lot of space open. There's not a well-attended retreat, but whoever's here, they're already getting. Bob has been here for 2 weeks already. I've had class with him every single day. So people will be getting a lot. But there is, space open for the class in August, my birthday retreat. If you want to attend, let myself or Jennifer know, and you're welcome. You're welcome. Come a couple of weeks earlier. I'm having class. I love it. I'm having classes every day with people that come. I mean, Joe came. We had a class this morning, very wonderful one. So all of this is about us growing. That's all it's about. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I apologize that I don't have a big place here to accommodate everybody. I used to. A couple of places like that. Right now, I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment. And hopefully, I'm going to get out of here soon. I really do. Okay, if there are no more questions, then God bless you all. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon. There is a class this evening, and there'll be a class on Monday evening. So bless you. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you,
You're
Stuart.
welcome.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, God.